Yo, what's up? All right, as we are getting folks on, I'm fired up for you. Let me make sure the chat is working. If you're live watching this on Facebook, what is up? I salute you. Let me know you are here on Facebook. Say what's up to me in the comments. For those the VIP on Zoom, let me make sure chat works for you guys. All right. All my VIPs, say what's up in the chat on Zoom. For all my Facebookers, what's up? I'll have my Facebook up and open, so make sure you are saying what's up to me. Jason White, I see you are there. What's up, brother? And then all my Zoom peeps, Heather, Angelica, Cynthia, George, Heath, James, Jonathan, Larry, Margolzada, I think I pronounced that right, Matt, Michael, Robert, and so on, so on, so many. Shanti, Tori, everybody. Excited to have all you here. Robert from Calabasas, Larry Jones. Hey, what's up? Cool. Love that. If you guys are on, then you know this is going to be all about finding deals in marketing. I'm going to start this a little bit different than I usually do, so bear with me as we are going to be doing some pretty cool stuff here momentarily. And then shortly, Todd Dudley, what's up? Shannon Valentine, what is happening? Again, if you're watching this on Facebook, give a shout out below. Give some likes, some loves. Make sure a Facebook community hears us, sees us, feels us. But we're going to be focusing on how to find deals. And I'm actually going to start this in a way that I don't normally do, which is I'm going to actually bring something visual to you guys, and we're going to do a little PowerPoint. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask actually my acquisition specialist, John, to come on. And then I'm going to show you guys, and we are going to show you guys exactly what we're doing with some cool stuff as well. And so bear with me here. Technology is not always my friend. Going to try to share my screen here. All right. I guess we will do it like this. And we'll do it like this. You guys see my screen? Let me know you guys see my screen. All right, let me see here. You guys see my screen? Yes, you can. Let's roll. All right. So obviously we are talking about how to find more sellers, doing more deals with my proven strategy. Now, for many of my community members, who many of you guys are on, what's up? If you're not a part of the science flipping community, you need to be. You need to be. So traditionally, most people are taught find motivated sellers through usually costly marketing strategies. Many of you actually have probably either gone down the rabbit hole with these strategies, tried them, spent a lot of money, or actively are getting rid of them, right? So cold calling, texting, pay-per-click advertising, direct mail. Now I'm going to walk through a little bit of all of these, as I myself have done all four of these all at the same time, as a matter of fact. I'm actually going to jump to the second one, texting. We all are very well aware, or at least most of us are, I should say. Texting outbound is basically dead. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, and, you know, it's very, very, very difficult if you're trying to use some platforms that aren't set up to do it. And so essentially, that has become a massive challenge. And I actually have an answer. You're going to see an answer tonight on how we're getting around that. So for those of you that have been texting, wanted to text, but have seen the challenges, we actually have a answer to get around some of these challenges. Now, texting I have loved over the years. Cold calling I have loved. At one point, if you don't know my story, I started 16 years ago, but about 6 years ago, I would say, I actually built a cold calling team in Phoenix, Arizona, in my office. 20 kids, all ASU students, outbound dialing. I would pull the list. I would skip trace. I had every one of them on Mojo Sell's dialer system, or actually batch leads, I should say, batch dialer. And they were banging the phones, and we were getting deals, and it was very costly because they lived in the US and they wanted US pricing. They wanted US rates. They wanted US income. And so challenging, effective, and it worked. but challenging because you have this bloated operational cost. And if you know anything about text messaging, it's a long tail lead. Okay. So when you're I'm sorry, cold calling. I think I was referencing text messaging. But when you're cold calling, it's a long tail lead. I'm outbounding them and the sellers aren't really prepared for my call. And so they're not always highly motivated. And in which case, then I have to nurture them and we have to follow up with them and we have to make an offer and then we got to follow up with the offer, et cetera, et cetera. So it isn't the highest motivated lead that you can get, which actually would go down into pay-per-click advertising. Pay-per-click advertising, online advertising, whether it be through Google, whether it be through Facebook, or even just having an online presence that people can find organically through SEO. These, my friends, these are the highest motivated sellers there are. And I'm going to do a deeper dive in that as I have spent 7 figures in marketing for pay-per-click. And I have learned something that I want to share with you guys with my budget of, 7 figures that I've already spent. You guys don't have to do that. So I want to share with you guys a little bit deeper there. And then you have direct mail. Direct mail used to be my bread and butter. I would spend $40,000 to $50,000 in direct mail each and every month for years. You could consistently count on a 3 or 4x return. I would get over a 1% callback ratio, and all of a sudden, like I felt like overnight, the callback ratios went into like a quarter of 1%. And when you're spending that kind of money, that means you need to be able to capitalize on the leads that you do get. They need to be bigger leads, fatter leads, more profit. So it became very challenging because you didn't have as many leads to be able to try to play the volume game. So you had to squeeze every ounce of juice out of every single lead, and that posed its own challenges. So what I will tell you is I love all of these strategies. Frankly, I love them, and many I actually still use today. I use all of them today. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about. It isn't about just being a one-trick pony. It's about being diversified and being dynamic. For those of you, just out of curiosity, I want to jump in. How many of you, this is like your first training with me? You're like, who the hell is this guy, Justin Colby? How am I following him? Is this your first time here? Would love to see it either in the VIPs or on the Facebook group that you're like, dude, I don't even really know who you are, but here I am. This is cool. Doesn't seem like many of you. All of you seem to have been following me for quite some time, which is great. So you will know that I'm very, very active in the business. I've done this 16 years. I'm actively buying anywhere from 2 to 5 homes a week. I'm wholesaling anywhere from 5 to 15 deals a month. I just closed on my first massive apartment building at the end of last year, quite literally the last day of the year. We bought a 584 door apartment building in Houston, Texas. So I'm very proud of that fact. And then as of Tuesday this week, we bought a 22 door apartment building in Birmingham, Alabama. As I mentioned, I'm buying anywhere from 2 to 5 single family homes a week. I'm also wholesaling 5 to 15 homes every single month across the nation. Now, I bring that up because I do this all virtually. I don't do it in Miami. I live in Miami. I don't do any of this in Miami. Not because Miami's a bad city, and there are other cities I prefer, right? So, for example, I know many of you guys here are in Phoenix and in some competitive markets. I'm not saying you can't do deals there at all. I'm just saying there are markets that have a better price point than a Miami, than a Phoenix, than a LA, San Francisco, even Vegas at this point. Those price points can be tougher markets. And so I will tell you the reason why I built my business is all because of COVID. When COVID hit, we had to go virtual, right? That was kind of the blessing and the curse of COVID. And if I'm still sharing my screen, this is probably a little weird. But so I would tell you guys, it created an opportunity for me to test my team's boundaries, my comfort zone. And you guys all know you got to get extremely uncomfortable, right? So that's the 4th pillar of success. You guys know that. And so I would say it worked. And here's why it worked is the principles I'm going to teach you tonight and share with you guys tonight and the tactics. They work in any market, in any economy, whether you live in the market or you don't live in the market. It does not matter. So I really want you to hear me on this. Now, many people come to me and they are more a W-2 employee looking to break into the real estate game. This is very much something you can do part-time. And that's why I wanted to focus on the 3 marketing systems that really worked for us here in our business. And I'll go back to sharing my screen. I just realized it was really awkward. You guys were kind of watching me talk to me. My bad. So I'll go back to kind of sharing some slides. And so the challenge that most people have when thinking about how to break into the industry or even the marketing is, who am I targeting? Are they actually motivated? How big is your marketing budget and how well can you analyze the deal? This is the challenges, right? So first, most people say, I don't even know who I should be marketing to. I don't know what city I should be doing this in. Who should I be marketing to, right? What is the right list? Should it be an owner occupant? Should it be an absentee homeowner? Should it be a tax lien list? Should it be a probate list? They don't even know. And I can tell you there's no right or wrong here. But there's something that I do that works really, really well. And we're going to be sharing that with you guys, exactly what's working. So also, are they actually motivated? Now, again, we're going to share with you how we actually know. And John, I know you're on, so have REI Lead Machine up. Many people are pulling lists from all sorts of different places. The place I pull lists from is REI Lead Machine. The reason why REI Lead Machine is just reileadmachine.com. It's so valuable for me as the list provider is because it can show you there's AI that runs behind it. They run through over 500 billion data points over the last 40 years of real estate. So you can imagine the type of data points that they're looking at. And it's not like, have they missed a mortgage payment, right? 500 billion data points, half a trillion. And what they're looking for is all these different categories, or not categories, but data points, for lack of a better way of saying it, that coincide with people selling their homes, right? So if they're taking a group of people that have sold their homes, what characteristics did those people selling their homes have with all the people who haven't? And then they line them up. And the AI does this machine automation to say who is going to have the highest motivation to sell. So when you ask, who should I be targeting and are they actually motivated? We're going to show you tonight how we solve for that. We're going to show you exactly how we solve for that. And it's reileadmachine.com is where we do that. And I'm going to have John kind of show you what we do. Now, how big is your marketing budget? Here's the key. You don't need a big marketing budget at all. You don't at all. And so I'll tell you how you don't. But 2 of the principles are, you need to be working on market leads and you need to be working with other investors. Those are 2 of the principles of the 3. And the third is the balloons. The third will be direct to seller. Okay, so you do not need a big marketing budget. You don't need $40,000 or $50,000 a month. You don't even need $4,000 or $5,000 a month. Many of you, I know a couple of my names. What's up, everybody? Again, if you're just joining us, let me know you just showed up on Facebook. Say what's up to me here on Facebook. And then obviously, if you just joined late to the Zoom, say what's up. Show some love on Facebook and ask your questions on Facebook as you have them. But you don't even know, or you don't even need $4,000 to $5,000 for marketing. Okay, so that is a big myth that I'll dispel here. And then how can you analyze the deal? Very simple, actually. I think at the bottom of this, I put up like my deal buy box. Makes it very simple for the people in my community. Now, here's the craziest part: finding motivated sellers, needing a budget, knowing how to find the deals, and knowing what is the right list to pull is actually not your problem. I know when people come into a world, they just get into this group, they come into my community, they hear my podcast, they're just thinking like, how do I find them? What's the right list? And all these things. This isn't actually your biggest problem. And here's why. I think the biggest problem in today's world is actually information overload, right? Is you've listened to every single person's podcast, you've watched every single YouTube channel you possibly could think of, and you're hearing some similarities and a lot of differences, and you just don't know, and it creates confusion. That is primarily the biggest problem. You get the shiny penny syndrome, trying to do too many things at once. You hear about the tax liens. You hear about catching that up. You hear about wholesaling. You hear about sub 2. You hear about seller notes. You hear about novations. You hear about fix and flipping. You don't even know where to go, right? And so everything sounds good. They all sound great, right? So you try to do them all and eventually kind of combust, right? So let me know if you guys, by the way, for those on Facebook or even on our VIPs, let me know if any of this is relatable. Say hell yeah in the comments. Would love to know. And then you start to overcomplicate things. You know, I have members that come into our space and they ask a million questions internally, trying to perfect it, to make the right decision. And for many of you, you've heard me say this many times before, you know, done is better than perfect. In fact, being perfect is the enemy of getting shit done, right? It's actually counter productive to actually getting shit done, is because you want to be perfect. So I'm seeing a lot of hell yeahs here that, you know, you tend to overthink, and a lot of this stuff is making sense for you and it actually is in alignment. I'm seeing that on Facebook too. What's up, all my Facebook friends? If this is resonating with you, let me know. So I'm going to debunk the 3 most common myths in real estate investing. Myth number 1, you have to spend a boatload of money to find off-market deals. I've already talked about that. I promise you, you do not. You will see that you do not. Myth number 1, you have to spend a whole lot of boatload. You can leverage free resources is the answer, and technology to hyper-target deals you are buying. And I'm going to dive into that about when I talk about these lists that have the AI that are cross-checking the motivation of these sellers. This is not tens of thousands of dollars to do this, right? And so you can leverage these things. The myth number 2, there are no on-market deals. BS. We are currently doing deals each and every week. Part of the 2 to 5 homes I'm buying, they're coming from the MLS. There is an actual proven process and system and way to negotiate with realtors, way to communicate with realtors, that you can find deals on the MLS. So don't allow people to tell you there's no deals on the MLS, because there absolutely are. I'm living proof of it, the deals I'm buying and the members of my Science of Flipping community are doing. Myth number 3, you have to know how to analyze the deal. Well, yes, you do, but that is why you'd be a part of a community like mine, the Science of Flipping, right? You better is to understand what your buyers want if you're going to be wholesaling. The best thing I can suggest, don't try to put everyone into a square box. There are a lot of buyers out there that like different type of assets that can do a deal that a lot of other buyers won't, and vice versa, right? And so a lot of people try to do this formulaic offering, but they don't actually talk to any of the buyers out there to understand what they're doing. So if you are looking to break into wholesaling, if that's your agenda, then I think it's really more important for you to understand what your buyers are actually looking to do and how they're buying and the assets they're buying. For example, I buy single family homes, I buy apartments, I buy small multi-units, but how I buy is going to be different. I have something like this that my entire team uses, right? This is quite literally my buy box. So you put in these 4 parts and I can actually get whether I'm going to flip this property, and those same 4 parts will tell me whether I want to buy and hold it. Well, I don't want to buy these numbers because I would be losing $224 every month. But if this went up to, let's just say, $2,400 a month, looks like a pretty good rental to me. I'm making $300 net a month. I have a cash out refi after I do the BRRRR method of $6,000 and have 75 grand in equity. That's a hell of a rental. And based around these formulaic numbers, 6-month hold period on a flip, I would net $54,000 after all costs, repair costs, cost overruns, you know, financing costs, hard money, carrying costs, total costs, right? I whittle them all down. I'm still making almost 55 grand. I would buy this property right here at 140 with 50 grand in rehab. That ARV is 279. If it rents for 2,400, I'm buying that all day. And I know you guys can't see my screen because I'm not sharing it. See, this is what you get me outside my comfort zone. And I don't know. Sometimes I'm not sharing my screen. So again, my apologies. Doing something different tonight, right? Changing it up. So it's unique. So again, here's my buy box. Here's the buy price. You can see right here, would I buy this flip if I could buy it at 140, put 50 grand in, exit at 279, and it rents for 24. The flip, yes, I'll make 55 grand. Rental, same data points. I'm not changing any of these data points in yellow. I would be profiting $322. I'd be able to cash out 6 grand after I refied it, and I'd have 75 grand of equity. So easy for my members, my community members in the science of flipping, to know what is going to be a good deal because I give this to them, right? You have to be a member of my science of flipping community. Now, I say all this to say here are two of the main strategies everyone should be working, and we'll do some celebrating here. And then I'm going to bring my guy John on, and we're going to talk about how I'm actually handling off-market properties. And so first, you should be working the MLS. You should be working with agents. It is absolutely, well, I use Privy because I do this nationally, so it can be as close to free as possible. I believe Privy is $149 a month. They gave me a coupon code for you guys, Science 2024, if you guys want to get Privy, Science 2024. But it's free essentially, and all you have to do is reach out to sellers, or I'm sorry, reach out to agents and have a conversation, and then have a buy box like mine and put in the offer. Now, the second is, I think, underutilized. All these are underutilized. That's why I'm doing this training. For one reason or another, people are not utilizing the simplicity of everything that I'm talking about here. And so I would say the second is going to be working with other investors, right? Going and working with other investors who have the deal. All you have to do is go get the buyer, right? Now, as I was just saying, if you understand what buyers are buying, then you can go just hunt for them. You can go shop for them. You can essentially just be their buying rep, right? Personal buyer, and say, hey, I literally have a community member that does this all the time. She's crushing it right now. I want to say she's done 6 deals, or locked up at least 6 deals so far this year. 3 of which are from other science flipping community members. And it's because she brings the buyer to their deal. Like, she doesn't even have to go hunt the deal. So understanding the buyer is really powerful in today's market, because we're in an ever-changing market. And if you don't know what the buyers are buying, why they're buying it, at what price point, then you're really going to be missing a lot of the gold that's out there. Here's a perfect example. I teach all of my community members here. I give them my buy box, the sheet that you just looked at, and I say, I'm a real buyer. I need to get to a place where I can buy 5 homes a week, every week. I have the money to do it. I can raise even more money. I can get to buying 10 homes a week if I need to go raise more money. But I need to get, right now, I'm somewhere between 2 to 5 homes a week that I buy for me personally. So I'm teaching them how to go use my buy box as a point of leverage to know where their offer needs to be so they can just sell me the deal, right? So knowing your buyer is incredibly valuable moving into 2024, right? We're January 2024 is, we're doing this live training. So this is going to be everything. And even if it's more than 1 or 2 buyers, I would encourage you to really test the pool of buyers of wherever you may be marketing, to understand what is the criteria people are looking for, right? There are a lot of people like me that essentially run the BRRRR method: buy it, rehab it, rent it, refinance. So I just need to make sure that I can have a 20% cash on cash return. I make sure I have $200 net profit per door, and I want to make sure I have 25% equity. If I hit those things, I'm buying the deal, right? There's a lot of people out there fix and flipping. We have 22 or 23 fix and flips going on right now. And so there's buyers out there. You just need to know that. So again, working with agents is point number 1. I use Privy, again, coupon code at 20 Science 2024. Knowing your buyers, understanding your buyers, and bringing your buyers to a wholesaler is number 2. And then number 3 is the thing that I think is the real secret sauce. So you're going to want to hang on. We'll probably go for another 15-20 minutes. This is something internally that we have started to perfect using AI, using automation, to be able to reach out and find sellers that come to us and not have to use my team. I actually let go a decent amount of my team, not because they were necessarily underperforming. It's because technology is taking over everybody. And by the way, if you agree with that, I would love to see in the comments. If you agree, give a hell yeah in the comments for my Facebook family. If you agree, like, technology is legit taking over. And if you do agree, throw a hell yeah in the comments, but also realize it's coming for us, right? And so I'm just getting ahead of the curve. I'm utilizing technology. I'm heavy into AI. I'm heavy in automation. And so I want you guys to see what I'm doing and how that can create an impact for you guys. So bear with me. I'm seeing a lot of hell yeahs, definitely. All right, let me get my guy John Kirk over here. My guy. And then I'll show you guys really how we're playing in today's game in terms of marketing, why you don't need a whole bunch of money to do marketing. You can just do it the way we're going to show you how to do it. And then I am curious on my Facebook family out there, how many of you guys have a website? Throw in the comments if you actually have a website. It is going to be the game changer. By the way, for all my VIPs, same thing to you guys. Make sure you have a website. I use Minute Pages as a preferred website. I just can't get over John.
Oh, bro.
I love you, brother. This
Love
is, what is that damn movie? You're making me, The Cops.
Super Troopers.
You are, oh, this guy. Everyone, welcome John Kirk to the call. This is too good. You are Mr. Super Trooper right now. So, we're going to try to keep this within the hour, hopefully tonight. I know it's Thursday night, but this is going to be big time for you guys because John and I and the entire team were leveraging automation, AI. There's some cool stuff that we've just brought to internally. And again, it's going to be a heavily online presence. You do not need $2, $3, $4, $5,000 a month to do marketing. I'm going to give it over to you, brother, just so I can shut up because I know we're already 30 minutes in.
Yeah, brother. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. You said we'll start off with the lead machine first and just go through the AI component, correct?
Yep.
Cool, man. So this is just Miami and Palm Beach. We've been talking about what investors and wholesalers and fix and flippers and buy and holders have been doing for the last, I don't know, decade or more, is just like this spray and pray type of strategy where I'm just looking in Miami right now and Palm Beach County. Okay. That's it. And I'm looking at absentee owners, individuals, and we've gathered about 43,555 records. This, I like to say, is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Well, what we've got here is the ability to extract all the needles out of the haystack via this AI component, where, like Justin mentioned, it's measuring 500 billion different data points. So we just put in the wholesale score over 600. Watch the number on the right side of the screen in the top right. Watch what happens. The 43,000 goes down to 1,155 of needles that are extracted out of that haystack of individuals that probably weren't going to sell, probably would have, said, how'd you get my number? And added you to a spam list because they had no interest in selling anyway. So what we do is we take this list, the 1,155, we skip trace it, and then we upload it into our Rocketly system. It automatically text messages them, it automatically emails them, and within 72 hours, if we do not get a response, it's going to automatically retarget them as well with the Facebook ads that our team in-house creates at $2.50 a day, which really creates this omnipresence type of situation where they are now seeing you everywhere, which is now going to elicit the response that's coming back via the seller because you sent them a text, you sent them an email, and now they're seeing your retargeting everywhere. And then the conversations just start to pour in, like these 94 sellers that we're still, getting to right now. It's just an inundation unlike anything that we've ever seen. When Justin and I came across this, literally our jaws hit the floor. We knew right away that we stumbled onto a gold mine, and it was of the utmost that we got this to you guys at a very quick speed. So here you've got 52 sellers right here, all texting us right now that received our automated text, either as a result of us uploading a list, but these, Justin, these came from us driving traffic to our Minute Pages website via the Facebook ads that we create, right? We drive the traffic to a Minute Pages website, very similar to one like this on Nationwide Home Buyers. Either a seller will fill out a form, but most likely they will not. 95% of them will abandon the website, never to really return again, 30% of which will go to your competitor's website. And we just accumulate them. We collect these records here. And as you can see, I mean, it goes and goes for days. And when you look at the skip trace details, Who wants to literally manually reach out to all these numbers? Mobile, landline, mobile, landline. It's a very mundane type of existence to cold call, cold text, cold email, leave voicemails on an answering machine. So instead, we take all of this data and we route it into the Rocketly, where the automatic text, the automatic email goes out. If they don't answer that within 72 hours, we've got a ringless voicemail that goes to their landline, which you just saw is at least 30% of all skip trace phone numbers. Here's 30% right here. Actually, this is 50% landlines. If they don't respond to that, and obviously we create the direct mailer that goes to their property. On top of that, they get automatic Facebook retargeting. So it's this omnipresence that you guys talk about where we're everywhere all at once. And these individuals, they have not opted in. They're exclusive. They're not going on a website, filling out a form on everybody's website, which we like to call habitual form fillers, and comparing offers against 5, 10 different companies. No, these people, they came to the website just like a form filler does, but for one reason or another, which we've studied, it's because they don't fill out a form is why they don't want a phone call is why they don't fill out a form. So Minute Pages with the built-in lead detector technology, we're able to capture 15 to 50% of all the traffic that hits our website at a staggering accuracy of like 95+%. The problem is that you're going to have a grip of leads that you seriously will just not have the bandwidth to be able to follow up with. So
John,
as
for real quick, I just got a message, private message. If you guys are needing a replay of this, please in the comments hit replay. We'll make sure you get the replay. But if you are looking for a replay of this, make sure in the comments hit replay. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, dude. So it's like instead of us manually reaching out to all these leads, we're just going to send them their landlines, their cell phones, and their emails into the Rocketly, where the 5 pillars of communication will reach out to these people: the text, the email, the ringless voicemail, the direct mailer, and the automatic Facebook retargeting. This is going to elicit the response that you are now seeing here, where you've got seller upon seller upon seller that is engaging with us to sell their property. I know that there's nowhere else like this where you could see this, an inundation of motivated sellers. It's almost like, just seeing stars. It's a gold mine in front of your face, and it's just within your reach. Anybody and everybody can have this because Justin simplifies the AI and the automation because it comes within this one package. So whether you're going into the My Leads section and you're going to upload a targeted list that you pull from REI Lead Machine, or we're going to create Facebook ads for you and drive traffic to your Minute Pages website or any other website that has lead detector technology on it, you're going to have a pipeline of sellers that looks reminiscent of what you see right here, where we've got, I don't know, I think we've got like roughly around 90 sellers right here that are engaging with our marketing. Let's see here. It's roughly around slow computer, so 90 leads right here that are engaging with our marketing. And you see the 94 conversations, so that's not fictitious right there. And then you've got this AI bot, Justin, which is groundbreaking, that we just unleashed, that literally goes through the entire qualification process for your seller to pretty much save you the time as the closer, so you can focus on closing deals where you're not really working on checking off these objectives that our rocket bot is going to go ahead and take care of for you. So, up until recently, the human component had to come into play as soon as the seller responded back and said, yes, I'm interested, make me an offer, call me, so on and so forth. So as you see here, the initial AI message, hey, Angeli, this is Anthony, received your property submission. This is the AI, and then this is the response. Typically, the human has to come in right here. Now we've got our rocket bot, which does the entire qualification process for you better than any other human. I heard somebody make a comment. They're like, there's no way it could be better than a human. Brother, trust me when I tell you, this is on a different live stream. It's so much better than a human because they only have one objective, is to check these goals off. They've got more personality. They put more passion, more enthusiasm. You got exclamation points. They're putting emojis in there, and they're extracting information from the seller to where a human would just get on the phone and just start pitching them prematurely before they fully qualify them. And as you look in the right side of this section, it takes copious notes for you as well. So this way you've got all the information that you could ever need to acquire before you get on the phone, so you could be even that much more effective when you're going ahead and you're pitching them, you're trying to get a deal done. So this is just groundbreaking technology here that just doesn't exist anywhere else, at least not at this level, where now this person is ready to receive an offer. Once you put the property under contract, you can literally take it to the dispositions pipeline, which is where you will just click a button right here. It will flip to the dispositions pipeline. And then your job is just to take a new contract, drag that bad boy over to dispo, preparing, assignment, and then sold. And it's pretty much that easy. There is a new feature that I'll allow you to introduce before I show that, which is this Power SMS. But I first wanted to see if there was any questions or comments that you wanted to make on this, Justin.
No, I think, listen, AI is going to rule all services, right? And so for those of you that are salespeople, you need to watch out because I just said I released about a handful of my own team, not because they were bad, but because this took their job. I don't have to pay the bot to be able to communicate in the same way. It's actually gross, John. I'm actually, as I watch all these threads of communication. I mean, look at these dates, January 18th, 18th. That's yeah, that's today. So I say that because it's gross of how I mean, it's a human. It talks just like I would talk, right? Like you're just like, wow, that's impressive. So the bot AI, like if you aren't doing this, you are simply going to be left behind by people like myself. Can you still make some money? Sure. Are you going to have high bloated operational costs? Yes. Are you going to be in the trenches longer? Yes. You can. I would just tell you, you got to catch up to the times, right? And then, I want to announce what is going on now. As I said, texting is essentially dead. We found a way around it with high deliverability, but also to be compliant. And it's built into this, and it's built in with the bot. So all we need to be able to do is send them the initiation text one by one, totally compliant, and the bot takes over. So if you want to start to show that, John.
Yeah, brother. And the reason why we have that, Justin, is because, I mean, look, you don't have to do this. If you wanted to stagger your texts out, one every 5 minutes, one every 2 minutes, you could do that. And you could send out, 500 text messages within 48 hours. Be my guest. But now you can also use your Power SMS and literally just click a button and send out 500 or 600 text messages with as quick as your little fingers can type, like right here. Hey, this is Sarah. Gave you a call. Seems I caught your voicemail instead. Wanted to reach out. I'm really interested in learning more about your house's value and the options available. Send. Boom. Next one's going to load right now. Hey there, it's Brian. Gave you a call earlier. Send. Like literally, I'm just sending out text after text after text. So I'm not waiting 5 minutes. I'm waiting, 5 seconds in between text messages? Here I've already sent out 3 text messages. This is why it's compliant, because we're manually sending the text message out. Not only that, there's no templates, there's no spinner words. This is straight up our AI conjuring up a brand new message that is original, and it is going to get very high deliverability because of that. Nobody else is going to be sending out the same exact message as you're sending out, like other companies that are selling the same templates and spinner words to their clients. This is original, and this is going to get you very, very strong responses. So already I've sent out 5 or 6 messages. I'm literally just talking to you guys as I'm growing my business, as I'm sending text after text after text until it's done. And then when it's done, the texts are sent. And the thing is, look, there it is. We're all done. So I rest my case. Where else can you find AI and automation to go out and do the work that we just showed you? It doesn't exist except for with Rocketly. And Rocketly is driven by the linchpin that is lead detector technology that can lie within a Minute Pages website or any website that you have. We can put this code on there, and literally instantaneously, as soon as the code gets on there, you'll start capturing abandoned visitors that came there for a reason, but for one reason or another, most likely they didn't want a phone call, just weren't ready to fill out a form. But it doesn't mean that they're not interested, because they came to the website the exact same way as those habitual form fillers did. They just were not ready for a phone call at that juncture. So that makes them even more exclusive than a form filler that's filling their information out on everybody and anybody's website. And there it is, right there.
So, John, I have a bunch of questions privately. Here's what I think is going to be better. How many of you guys are like, whoa, I would love to hear if you think this is badass. In the comments below, be like, whoa, this is next level. This is badass. I would love to see that in the comments below, because I don't want to chew up everyone's night. It is Thursday night. People have kids and dinner and work the next day, and for some more work. So here's what I want to do. Do we just want to push them to rocketly.ai, John?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
And I think if you guys go to rocketly.ai, John, you can type that in. There is a schedule a demo or book a call link. What does it say, John?
Yeah, schedule a demo. I'll go ahead and post it in the chat.
Yeah, it's a schedule a demo with John specifically. And what I asked John is, if we start to go a little long in this training, because I was going to do something I've never done, not never done, but don't typically do with the bullet points and the slides. I was like, if we go a little long, I think it's better for you to, share some time. And so he offered that with you guys. So if you go to rocketly.ai, I'll even put it in the rocketly.ai. If you go there, then there is a tab at the upper right, I believe in red, that will say schedule a demo. And John is offering some private time 101 for you to do a deeper dive. I get a lot of questions when I do stuff like this or do any type of technology training, because people think this way and they want to know more, but I try to limit, going all night long, 2 or 3 hours at a time. So John's going to offer up his time. I'm paying him to do so. So please, take it seriously. Really learn about this. I promise you, you saw all those leads coming in today. Like today, these are leads that are working. Last week, we contracted 2 deals just through the system. So, this is happening. You get to jump on the train or not. But if you are serious, even if you're going to do this business part-time, like I said, you don't need a big marketing budget, right? Whether you do this, Facebook ads cost anywhere from $5 to $20 a day. That's not 6,000, that's $600 a month, right? And you don't even have to do $20 a day. You could do $5 a day if you want, right? $150 a month. Being able to basically capture all those leads. We didn't even talk about this, John, the AI blog writer on Minute Pages. We didn't even go in depth. I mean, there's so much to cover. Like the AI blog writer, if you do it daily, you will quite literally get SEO opt-in leads at no dollars, $0 on marketing, because you update your blog on your website at Minute Pages, that these leads are going to find you online. This also goes back to something I harp over and over and over again, which is CIA, credibility, influence, and authority. If you aren't doing that right now, you need to. I go round and round with my dad. I use him as the prime example. I'm 42. He's in his 60s. He doesn't get social media, doesn't believe in it. But I keep telling him he needs some level of an online presence, because the world is going online. When you are introduced to something new or a person new, what do you first do? You Google it, or you Google them. You need to have that presence for credibility, influence, and authority. So for our websites to be able to rip out somewhere between 15 and 50% of just the visitors that didn't even opt in because of the technology, and they found you because you were ranking through SEO on Google. I mean, guys, it is the way of the future. There's no discussion. Again, it is, are you going to get going soon, or are you going to wait for everyone to go and then you're going to try to catch up? Because it's going, and it's going fast. Many of you, I know, because I've been mentoring and coaching since 2014, part of your reservation is not knowing what to say and how to say it. That is what the automation is for. It removes a lot of that wall that you might have up. Like, I'm kind of scared to talk to sellers. I'm scared to get going because I don't really know what that AI bot thing that we just showed you very quickly. It does it for you, right? Like 99% of the work can be done for you if you just set it up right. So go to rocketly.ai if you're interested, even if you're just interested. To know deeper information, what John's going to show you guys can only help you. Okay. It'll only help you. And John, I'm going to do something really cool for anyone who does that does want Rocketly. I'm gonna bring them into my community as part of it. We'll give them some support calls as well. So just know that that can be involved as well. Cool.
Got it. Yep. Absolutely, man. That's awesome.
Cool. Let's see if you have questions, throw them in the comments. We have a minute or two I'm open to. But even if you're just interested in learning more, spend some time one-on-one with John. He offered the time. I'm paying for his time. So do take it seriously. Don't try to do this on the phone in a car. No, no, no. I'm paying him to do this for you guys. Heath has a comment for you, John, but I'm sure you guys can get back.
Yep. Yeah. I'll get with you.
And
Heath,
then I
for
want to
sure.
make sure rocketly.ai. No, that's not the right one. Of course, I'm posting it incorrectly. So funny. Delete rocketly,
Yep. That too.
not rockerly.ai. All right. All right, y'all. Well, if you guys are going to be that nice and not give us any. So you're saying AI is the future, hands down. Raymond, I am 100% saying that. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate you guys. Go to Rocket League, spend some time with John, do a deeper dive. It is next level. I mean, quite literally next level. You don't need a big marketing budget for it. You're direct to off market in combination of REI lead machine and getting those lists, the AI lists. I mean, John will just go. We didn't get to talk a lot about it because we're already 40 or almost 50 minutes in. The list, the bot, or I'm sorry, the AI blog, the bot, the ability to text message within the rules. It's just going to be next game. So appreciate you, dude, for all those. Hopefully this helped. Let me know if it helped. If you need the replay, comment below replay. If this helps, say hell yeah. I'm here to give to you guys and help you guys, and hopefully this helps. So appreciate y'all. Later.